and it looks awesome. And I thought I'd just show you guys real quick. Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to show you guys what it takes to create a versatile toolbox that will help you in detailing your car. So behind me is my 2002 Subaru WRX. For some time I've been putting off wanting to polish and wax it, but since it's the change of the seasons, I thought it'd be a perfect time to show you guys how you can restore your headlights and taillights on a budget, as well as show you a quick way to polish clay polish and wax your car. So let's get into it. Alright, so something that I actually got a chance to do yesterday that I've been putting off for a while is polishing my headlights and taillights, which I usually like to do to a lot of my cars. You know, I've been getting a lot of questions about people wondering, what if I don't want to get the headlight restoration kit? Since these were in like really good shape in the beginning, I just thought it'd be kind of like a bad example to show you guys something that, you know, actually looks good in the beginning. So I was just looking around the shop and I found these old headlights. I think they're off like a 94 Accord that have definitely seen better days. So actually off a 94 Corolla. As you can tell, these are super fogged up. There's a little note right there. I'm gonna show you guys what the difference will be from before and after, and also a quick way just to protect them. There's definitely other ways that you can go about doing this, but for me, this is a great option if you wanna have versatility with whatever you invest your money in terms of tools, as well as just be able to utilize what you have and, you know, make the most of it. So with us getting started, my go-to as of recent has been Meguiar's plastics. And then after that, we're gonna be using our wax, as well as cleaning the surface in between intervals when we're doing this. You're gonna need a microfiber towel just to clean things off. You don't even have to use this. You could use an old t-shirt, you could use a rag. It's really up to you. And what I'll be using as well is I have a Chemical Guys foam applicator. Now it doesn't need to be Chemical Guys. You can find this stuff on Amazon for $3. And this is a Ryobi 6-inch buffer. I literally went to Home Depot and I bought this thing for 20 bucks. You don't need like some state-of-the-art technology buffer or anything. Like, this works great. And this is just gonna be what we're using during the polishing and waxing phase. Since we're gonna be doing an experiment, I wanna pick one side that I wanna do, so I'll just go with this side first. I wanna clean the surface before I start polishing, just to make sure that we don't make micro scratches with whatever's on the surface right now. Wipe it off with the microfiber towel. And also know that since the shop table's covered with parts right now, that I'm literally using a garbage can and a trunk liner. So this is probably gonna shake a little bit, but bear with me. Okay, now with our foam applicator pad, we want to apply a little bit of the Meguiar's plastics to it. I think a big mistake that a lot of people make, especially when they're using a foam applicator pad, is just putting too much product that clogs up the pores, and then the little pores that become abrasive when you scrub against it will not work. So basically you're just lathering it in too much product. You only need, I would even say like this is almost too much. I think it'll be fine for this instance. And what you want to do is you don't want to do circular motions. You want to do it back and forth. You either go up and down or you go side to side. So just give me a sec. Alright, so this is what we got so far. And mostly it's the foam applicator pad that's doing the work. So don't think that you need to like scrub super hard to get better results. Now, even in this case, you know, we're able to take off a lot of stuff. But before we call it good and, you know, put this back on the car headlight, we want to make sure that we buff it out. Know that you don't even need to have a buffer. You could always just use a microfiber towel and some elbow grease. I would say the buffer helps, just in terms of minimizing the work for you. Alright guys, so let's take a look at it again. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty sweet. Man, the difference from before is just unbelievable. We need to just wipe this down with a microfiber towel. For a lot of people, you'd call it good and you put this back on your car. For us, we want to protect this. But if you have some just old carnauba wax, I mean, look at this label. When was this made? In the 80s or something? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put literally just like the smallest dot of this stuff. Let's apply this. And I mean, honestly, that's it. And you want it to cure for a little bit now and wait for it to kind of dry up, and then you can start the buffing process. Just buff this out real quick. Real quick. And I mean, holy smokes, look at the difference. And we'll even take off the tape real quick. I don't know if that's gonna pick up on camera, but... Alright, and I'll give you guys a quick look of what the taillights and headlights looked like after we did the same exact steps that we did over there on the WRX. I think they came out pretty good. I love the way the headlights came out. I even did the Subaru badge too, which is kind of cool. And all this stuff is just tips and tricks for you guys. And yeah, able to clean this up really good. So I'll give you guys a quick breakdown of just what I'm gonna do. I don't want to waste your guys' time watching me polish and wax an entire car. What I got right here is a synthetic clay block. I also just got some clay lubricant. Again, this is just a chemical, guys, clay lubricant. You know, you can use whatever you want. You can go to your local auto parts store and you're gonna find all kinds of stuff that is very similar to what this is. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna remove the contaminants in the paint, of course after you washed it, of course. Once you can do that, then you can start the polishing process. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna apply a little bit to our clay block and then also apply it to the body or panel that we wanna do. Usually what I like to do is do one panel at a time so that you can make sure that you cover everything. Because if you try and do the whole entire car in one pass really quickly, you're gonna miss those little spots, and those little details will make your car look better or not. So let's get started. Use a clean side of your microfiber towel, flip that over, and just wipe it down. Now that this is clean, if we run our hands through here, it should be super smooth. You can even hear it. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up on camera, but you'll definitely feel it. It's gonna be just, you know, like buttery smooth. Now if you go to a part that hasn't been clayed, you should see and feel that it feels a lot different. Almost like a gritty feeling. And the next step now is to polish. Now again, got another applicator pad, and the polish I'm gonna be using today is New Finish. Everybody has their preference when it comes to polishes, but I like New Finish just due to the fact that you can get it from any either auto parts store or even some grocery stores. I'm pretty sure I even got this from Fred Meyer. We only want to use a little amount of polish because we don't want to clog up the pores in the foam applicator pad. So we're gonna use about 2 little drops like that. I think the biggest mistake that people make when they polish their car is they just start scrubbing away. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna fling polish everywhere, and it's gonna make everything, you know, more of a nightmare to clean up later when you have polish in between the grooves of things. And the right way to do it is probably you'd want to tape this off, for example. But in this instance, if you're careful enough, and this isn't like your very first time detailing your car like this, then you can kind of skip that step. But the one thing I will say is, you know, you want to distribute product evenly. So now that we have this on here, we want to make sure that we can go like this and distribute the product just by tapping the panel that we cleaned off with the product so that it's spread everywhere. Now all we got to do is we just got to apply it. And when you do this as well, you want to make sure that you either go and you always go in one direction, and you don't want to do swirls because that's gonna create imperfections in the paint, and when you polish it off, it's gonna stick out. Now that all the polish has been applied to the panel that we cleaned off with the clay block, Now we give it a second to settle in. And now this step is completely optional. This is only if you have a buffer. And again, I got my buffer for 20 bucks at my local hardware store. I didn't spend an arm and a leg, but it definitely helps in the long run. So yeah, let's grab the little buffer and let's get to work. Now let's bring our microfiber towel back. Wipe this down. It's starting to look really good. Now what we want to do is we want to apply a wax to protect this. And again, I'm going to be using the same applicator pad that I used from restoring our headlights earlier. So going back to versatility, this is something that you can use for all types of different situations. So now we're reusing stuff that we already have without having to spend more money. We're gonna spread our product out evenly, like we did earlier with the polish. And we're just gonna let that sit for a little bit, and we'll come back and we'll give it a quick buff. All right guys, we're back, and we've let the wax cure a little bit so that it can dry up. But you don't want to put it there for too long. It's only been about 5 or 6 minutes. And now we're just gonna hit it with the quick buff and we should be good. And there you have it. The paint looks awesome. Now, I know this is gonna be tough to see on camera, but it looks really good. And we'll be doing this to the entire car. And, I really don't want to bore you guys with, just sitting there and watch me like polish and wax this car. So what I can do is I'll clean up the rest of the car with all the steps that we just did earlier, and I'll bring it out and you guys can see the end results. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit.
A few moments later.
I just pressed record. Bet you won't do it again. No. Alright guys, finally finished claying, polishing, and waxing the entire car. And it looks awesome. And I thought I'd just show you guys real quick. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.